There it goes. September 2010, Shane Henderson, Pharmology.info. Just to let some of you know what the government's doing about tracking people, quantum mechanics at the courthouse, and it's not only in Florida, in Highlands and Hardy and Polk County, the 10th Judicial Circuit, but in every state, in every county, and every court. I just want you to hear with this camera a noise that comes out of my body. I can be on one of my mopeds and be riding anywhere where there's no power lines, where there's no telephone lines, out in the mountains, and first one thing to another, and this noise comes out of my body. I want y'all to hear it because they're tracking all of us, and with this noise they have been injecting my body with sicknesses and diseases for 16 months, and I finally caught on it wasn't crickets, and it sounds like crickets, but what it's really called is chirp modulation. But I'm going to walk over here where right now it's bouncing off of a building with bushes, and then when I walk up close, I got to be quiet where you can hear it. When I walk up close, it'll stop, and then it'll jump over to the left of me, to the right of me, or behind me. See, there it goes. Now it's up top. It moved, and what it is that XYZ. It has to do with algebra. Then I can walk over here to it. Now it stopped. There it goes again. That's not crickets in the trees, friends. Every living thing has a frequency according to its kind. Frequency in this sense is the time it takes for one electron to make one complete cycle around the molecule of a substance. Now it's on my friend's mobile home over here, to the right of me. Then if I walk to the right, it stops right here. Then it starts again. It's behind me now. So now it's on the banana trees. And what it's doing, the chirp modulation is roaming, just like in the old days on the cell phones that said roam on it. I can walk over here under the light, and you can hear the sound. I hope you can. If it's not, I'm not going to put it on there. But just to let you know what the government did to me, they lied on me and trapped me with quantum mechanics. A former sheriff, he's on my website, Ricky Dick, stole the guy's truck they had in the county jail and then used his outer appearance, quantum mechanics appearance, to entrap me on $5 worth of marijuana. This is back in 1991. And then, to make the story even better, the next time he got me, he gave me a $30 bag of hamburgers, and I did give him a handful of marijuana, and they prosecuted me, and it took me 10 years to get out of the system on a $30 bag of marijuana. But you hear it. Now it's to the left. I can move to the left. Now it's roaming. And the whole time it's in my body I've got so many scabies on me, it's not even funny for going up against the government. I've shut the entire United States down mentally, but not physically with my website. It's the most controversial website. That's why it's called The Great Controversy, because it tells the truth with encyclopedia facts. And I tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. The government tells you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. Do you hear this noise, friends? I hope you can hear it roaming. Now it's behind me. Once again, I can walk. It runs automatic so they can track me at any time, fill me up with any type of sickness, disease. I possibly have HIV, cancer. The only thing that's keeping me alive is neem, believe it or not. It's what they use in India. And it's supposed to kill everything, but it's hard to kill these scabies because every time I kill them, or I'm trying to kill them, I'm on the second week of treatment now with poison that's got me pretty much burned up. But they can, while I'm laying in the bed, it does this out my bedroom window and everything in my own home. Then I can walk over here to the right where the noise is at. Then it jumps back. I'm not sure if you can hear it with this digital camera, but I want to get a Whisper Ear 2000 and just do an audio where you can hear it. Now it's back over to the right. So it's always that XYZ it works coming out of my body, and what it does, it uses me as an antenna, and it uses you also. That's enough, it's going to work. It uses us as an antenna where we're the propagation of the frequency, whichever disease or sickness. They can make you sick or well. All it is part of the harvest I mentioned on my website, where we're nothing but bodies being farmed by the government. They don't care if we're sick or healthy. They make money from us either way. They're nothing but the Antichrist. It's mentioned in the Bible. They have so many tricks, and you have to be really careful. I don't have it on my website, but never get surrounded by 6 sworn deputies, law enforcement. They can come onto your property as invisible where you can't see them, or in their house. I don't have that on my website because that's really, it's not science fiction. It's such serious technology that my life would even be in more danger if I put how to make yourself transparent and invisible. I can just give you a couple clues. It's done with bells, sound pressure, dyne, square, mean, root pressure, and other things like that. All you have to do is study the internet, the encyclopedia, and you got to stay on that encyclopedia. And there's another one called WIKI, and that's another government computer where they use it to enhance the government's knowledge. But the doctors, the hospitals, the dentists, the courts, the Social Security office, that's who they love to use, is the elderly, are all tied in together. And not only is the United States individual, they're also in with other countries all the way around the world except for North Korea and Israel. That's the only countries that they can't buy because they're not going to be with communism as the rest of the countries. Is Mexico, Canada, Pakistan. The war, believe it or not, is over opium and poppy seed oil. Isn't from crude oil to make gasoline to burn in cars and airplanes. That comes from another source really close to the ocean, and it's just a psycho circus. And most of it's nepotism, where their family member learned something at one time as a government worker and passed it on to their son or their daughter. These people have little or no education, and as you can hear that noise, once again, it's on me non-stop. My head has so much pressure in it. As you can read on my website, I've been to the hospital over a dozen times. They tell me everything looks good. I took the same blood test down to Mexico, believe it or not, had another doctor look at it, and I had, not from this noise, I had salmonella and E. coli. Now I have such horrible gas. I finally got rid of 2 tapeworms. I picked their bodies up out of the commode, and they was monitoring me. Had colleges, UCSD or SDSU is their initials, out here in California, and was monitoring my deathbed with this same type of chirp. I have it where I can see faces on my walls. It's not hallucinations. That's what they want you to think. And I even take medicine for all types of mental illness, but none of it works because of this noise always bombarding my body with sicknesses and diseases. It's cost me all my money just to barely stay alive. And once again, I have to treat myself, bathe in poison, and it's not even working, because as soon as I get them eradicated by emulsion medicine, they electrically implant another scabies. That's why most people kill themselves, believe it or not, is because the government puts scabies on them, and they kill themselves because they have 5 horrible feelings from the scabies. But let me cut it short there. This might be too long. I don't even know if it works, but one more time on the noise. Let's go quiet for a second. It's up. Walk to the right 3 steps. Now it's back to the left behind the light. Walk to the left 1, 2, 3. Back to the right. As you can hear it, it's a digital camera. It should pick it up. Then I can walk back to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the left over by the light. Now it's by the banana trees over there. So I walk straight 1, to the right by the light 1, 2. Now it's back on the bushes right here. Roaming automatically while the government's home in bed, unless they're got somebody 24/7. It's a nightmare. Farmology.info out, September 2010, Rosarito Beach,